Hello everyone and welcome to another Division 2 video. Today with a game from the, I think, December monthly tournament from the FB HQ Discord between Jaapaasa and Jeff Jefferson here on Haroshaje. So let's head into the decks. I'm going to start off with second Pancelos, a division that we don't see that often for the reason that it is usually banned since it is considered to be one of the best current access divisions. So recon tab, we do have some recon infantry in A and B and then a Panzer III. Infantry tab, this is where I think it gets a little bit weird. So first of all, we only have 51 infantry. Now, truthfully, since, it's more of a tank division anyway and its Maverick is actually doable, I've seen people being able to pull it off. So I'm not saying that is not possible. However, I feel like since it's a Maverick on Maverick grind, there's the potential to go for the game to go longer, and since a lot of these infantry units are not really that expensive. I have a feeling that you burn through them relatively quickly. So personally, I would say you probably want to have more, but that's just my personal opinion. Um, what I'm most surprised about though is that we do see the grenade units, the Arkazak at double that because I don't know. For me, it always felt like this didn't really add that much benefit over just having more units. But he gets two cards in return, which okay. I guess it makes up for the lack that you would otherwise have in A phase, but in B phase have kind of the same picture. So it's just an odd choice in my opinion. I guess against the double, it's not, no, it's not double flag. Against the flamers, it might help with the suppression resistance, definitely. Tank tab, yeah, we know it. And everything has nice veterancy there. I love it. Except for the heavies, but that's kind of standard as well. So you have some Turan 1s and 2s, Panzer Force, Tiger, Panther, the usual. Supporter, pretty light, just a machine gun and some ammo. There's not much else here anyway. You could take the Flamer, in my opinion, should take it, but of course you can also decide not to do it. 80 tab is also not choice there. We do see the bazooka unit, which I think is kind of redundant. I mean, it, if not all of your infantry has long range AT, because the lowest 44M does have a bazooka, um, but the others not, of course, then I kind of get the concept of wanting more bazooka units. I probably would want to have some as well. But against, 84th, I don't think it's actually necessary. But yeah, that's just me. And then we do see irregular AT guns in A and B phase. AA, it's all just Nimrods. I mean, if you have them, you want to take them. Although I'm a little bit surprised we didn't see the regular one. I think there's at least one regular card of Nimrods in here. The 42M1 has the heat shell, which I have hardly ever um, seen being used. And the regular one just has better availability. It's also slightly cheaper, but I guess the price difference there is really minimal. But the availability makes a difference. But that's just my opinion. Artillery tab, a little bit overboard, I would say. He brings all the 149s that he can get. I mean, these are fantastic artillery pieces. But I think you don't need one in A and four in B phase on in a Maverick deck, especially since he brings one with ammo, which is quite expensive. I know personally, I would probably cut down to one B-Phase card. And then the air type, quite light. There are some great tools there. He is really holding back though with only one ME210 and the BF109. I think there's the recon bombers as well. There's some medium-sized bombers as well. And some cluster plates. So if you really want, so I think there's definitely decent options in there. And on the other side, we do have 84th Strelki, one of the best current Soviet divisions, although quite limited in some ways, especially the tank type is even more limited than the one of 97th, which is already a stretch. But anyway, let's head into it. So Recon tab, the Jaapaasa only brings a sniper. Truthfully, I don't think, if I remember correctly, that there's all that much there that you really want to be using. And the four snipers are definitely going to do the job. Infantry tab, yeah, you have some nice options there. A phase, pretty classical with just some Gavada DPs, Superiors, Aftos, the usual. B phase, interesting. We get the Superior Rocks. It's definitely a great addition to this infantry tab, and then some Strafniki. Although not that much line infantry here, which I am a little bit surprised to see. Like, I don't know. 9 can be a little bit low, although if you don't use up everything from A phase, then you have some more. And then in Z phase, we do see some more Gavada DP at single vet. Tank tab, yeah, as I said, very limited. I mean, these are basically the two types of units that you can get. You can get T-34Es and you can get IS-2s. It brings one of each, both in a B phase. So this can be quite a stretch because, of course, it's not really armor in A phase. Then support tab, he makes up for this with the KV-85. It's a flamethrower tank with a regular gun on top of it as well. We do see the flamers. Then, of course, the 50mm mortar, which is an absolute beast. The Soviet one with 800-meter range is quite strong. I mean, the other ones are strong as well, but they are even harder to micro. And I think, like, even this one, you have to invest a little bit of time into getting the micro right with this. And then, of course, some machine guns, OB25, the usual ammo, as ISU 152 in B phase only at a single vet. AT tab, quite nice to get Pancelos, he brings them. And then the other tools are fine as well. You know, you have the M42s and the ZIS-2. And then, of course, some SU-76s, which are just very, very cost effective. Although against the 2 rounds, probably not so much. AA tab, pretty standard as well. 37 mils in AMP phase, some 85 mils as well. Artillery tab, he brings the artillerist once again. Soviets usually don't have radio in their other tabs, so you kind of have to bring it here. And then he brings the Su-76 in the artillery tab, pretty classic as well. Some more leaders, the 122, and of course off map, which on this map is quite powerful, so it's definitely a good choice there. Air tab, you get some nice options here as well. He brings the P3 BIS, which is a fantastic plane. It has very good resilience, and then you have the IL-2 37. This is the one with the 37 mil, so the bombs, like it says bomber, it has bombs, but these are more kind of an extra. You really bring this for the AT gun, and this is actually quite powerful as a AT plane. So pretty nice there. Curious to see how this performs. And we're back. So we get to deployment right away. Down south, we do see a very defensive deployment by Jeff Jefferson. I was kind of surprised about this. And that one, okay. Yeah, okay. Still, it's a little bit far back because then you can actually contest it with flamers on from red side if you pass it. Yeah, he does it. I've first seen this against Gasgard when he played against me, and yeah, I don't know. I I've seen it a couple of times in tournament games now. I've done it a couple of times myself. If your opponent doesn't actually go forward here, just get this flag for free. It's such a fantastic play. But yeah, so Jaapaasa is doing exactly this, which might be problematic for Jeff Jefferson. But other than that, very defensive deployment there as well. Just a 45 mil for some defense and some regular infantry and CQC. In the town, or we can do the whole thing. So we see something going here. I have to assume this is probably recon. But yeah, other than that, in the town, is going very defensive. We do see an 50mm mortar. I love to see that. But yeah, nothing super aggressive. Just, you know, kind of classical deployment here. He tries to get into church tower, although I'm not so sure if this is going to happen. And we do see early AA as well. Because of course he has to expect the recon bombers from Pancelos, which Jeff Jefferson does not bring. On the other side, Jeff Jefferson goes super heavy in the town. I mean, his flanks are so weak, but in the town we do see a couple of Turans, early AA, Panzer 4 as well, and then just a bunch of infantry. Um, but not super aggressive either. Like this is about the most aggressive thing he does, which is not very aggressive overall. So interesting decision. Although he probably wants to wait for the armor and then push forward, right? Because I mean, you want to be aggressive somewhere at the start. Yeah, he doesn't even try to contest this, which is reasonable. Just securing things off. That makes perfectly sense because Jaapaasa is going strong here. That it has to be expected from right side. Right side usually does this. He even tries to get into here. It's definitely a nice play there. So let's see how this plays out. Personally, I always love to cast on Haroshaje. I think Haroshaje is a great map for cast because you have these three distinct areas where you can. I mean, most maps do kind of have this, but you often see people like cycling through the different places to push and counter push. So you always have some actions in different places, and it's not true on every map, or at least like I mean, technically this is the best way to do it, but on a lot of map, unless you see the top players, sometimes things get a little bit stale. And I feel like Haroshaje is one of these where you always have some good action somewhere, and things tend to change quite a bit because I mean, truthfully, you also have the open, which sometimes is played around as well. 14-10 early on for Jaapaasa as he grabs. Yeah, I mean, he has just faster transports. That's really it. Like he grabs this flag, he grabs that flag. It's gonna bring it to 15-9 as he grabs this flag, but or not yet, but he will. But yeah, he's going to lose this one again. So overall, things fairly equal. Panzerschreck will lose, or the bazooka, or whatever. And this one should be able to, maybe not. But now the MG34 is in a terrible spot. Like, yeah, It's not a range you want to be fighting in. Oh yeah, so see this is why this is so good. I actually want to check the town first before I get into explaining things here. I think there was an OB-25 that just went down here. Not 100% sure. Yeah, now as the armor arrives, we see the first engagements. 50mm mortar starts engaging on the Arcosok there. Quite nice. But yeah, so this is what you can do with this flamethrower, right? So Jeff Jefferson now panicked and started buying units to deal with this. And like that's 50 points. That's hold on. That's 60, so he has spent 110 points to deal with a 15-point flamethrower that's just grabbing this flag. Now, truthfully, you could, like, from what he's seen, he could have guessed that it might just be this one. But, you know, if you just panic, that's, like, this is the response that you do, right? It's just natural. Not saying that it is a good thing, but, or that it would be avoidable, but, you know, just Lovash here. Yeah, push too far. A look at these. These are pinned thanks to the good work of the 50mm mortar. Quite nice work there. KV-8S can definitely pull the infantry. I need to be careful. The Turan ones will not be able to pen this. However, the Panzer IV will be able to deal with it, and the KV-8S will struggle a little bit against the Panzer IV. Yeah, this is a Panzer IV-H. At this range though, it should generally pen, I would say. Gets a pen on the KV-8S. 50mm working on the Panzer IV as well. Yeah, Panzer IV gets the first kill. That's what I would have expected. And yeah, I mean now all of this is secure, but the flamethrower isn't really gone. Something that wasn't happening before anyway. Oh, we see a little incursion here going. It was 59 for a brief moment. Now we're back to 1410. As he Panzer grabs these two flags. Lovas here is going to get pinned. The front here is a little bit of an issue. There's no AT here actually. And there's none coming. There's some infantry coming to help secure this off though. What's the armor on this actually? Okay, side shot should be penetratable for the Gavada DP, but not the front. 50mm mortar coming. 50mm mortar can. I'm not sure. I've definitely used them to shoot at tanks, but I've never killed one with them. So I'm wondering if they can actually do that. I mean, every HE can technically kill. Technically kill armor, but you know, I've never tried to see if this is actually a reasonable thing to do or not. About the DP shooting at the Turan, yeah, we've just talked about this, right? It's probably not going to happen. Up north, Arcosok now engaging the Saperi. If Jaapaasa does it right, and these remain here, this one will eat both grenades from both these Arcosoks, and then this Saperi can go in and finish them off. Doesn't look like he's trying to. Oh no, he is. And considering that he saw the engagement and walked away, I have to imagine that Jaapaasa did this deliberately. Not 100% sure though. Now we see a Panzerschreck coming, and yeah, he needs that. So Perry unfortunately engaged these and is now delayed. Is not going to find these, and Jeff Jefferson meanwhile is pushing up north, so that his plan will probably not work out anymore. We see the first SU-76 in, the artillery one that is, and the KV-8S coming. An early 81mm mortar in here. Currently working on the Ognamachiki here. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna flip the flap because there's also nothing like up close here on Jeff Jefferson's side, which might be a little bit of an issue. The two Turans here have been diverted now. This is definitely the right play. If you're not gonna push here, you wanna move them around as soon as you realize that you don't need them, right? I mean, this is the advantage of armor, right? It's mobile, so you wanna make use of this. Oh, after catching a 75mm off guard. These could unload now and stop this. They actually drive close by. They might have. Oh, after gets the kill. Yeah, Loas is unloaded. Will pin the after. Afters will go down. So Perry here has stopped its chase. Might actually be encircled here, although the Gavadi is here as well. The problem is the Gavadi will run into these and will lose that fight. In the town, 50mm mortar is going after this motorized lovers there. And the problem with the 50mm mortars is they don't actually do that much damage. They're mostly there for suppression, which is absolutely fantastic if this thing is fighting, but if it's not fighting, then eh. There's another one going. Yeah, there's one more here. Was going after whatever used to be here. Is there? Did that just kill a vehicle? No, it's transport. That must have died earlier to whatever. Oh, the Panzer III has spotted the 50 mortar. The 50 mortar is now on the move. Panzer has reacted. Well, the runs were redirected, but they're not doing anything now. That's not good. Like, there's great heads-up play to move it, but then you also need to do something with them, right? And Gavadia here, yeah, will stand no chance when this. It's already very suppressed now, but I mean, if these are all getting involved as well, it's going to be even harder. There's only 5mm coming in. And another Gavadia from Jaapaasa in response. So Jaapaasa's push up north not going super well. Gavadia here falling back. The problem for Jeff Jefferson is so far he's still not managed to actually find flags. Ooh, now we have two SE-76 shooting. We'll probably take out the 75mm, especially the DF radio. Yeah, the artillery's. Oh, he did actually get into the church tower. I haven't noticed all, but Panzer IV takes out the KV-8S. That's what we talked about, right? And because the Panzer IV bounced, so 75mm falling back, but goes down. And I guess Jaapaasa. Oh, he's already queued up a move order. That's pretty nice. We do see two more. Oh, that's the AT ones though. He kind of needs them because what else is he going to do against the Panzer IV now? There's one KV-8S left there. Now we do see a recon plane in to provide some vision for Jaapaasa. And Jeff Jefferson responds with the fighter Hepes. That's ace. Yeah, T2F forced off by the Nimrod in the town, and Hepes is called back. 37mm coming in up north now to cover off the skies. Now we do see an ME210 coming in. It's blind bombing, I have to guess. It's a good guess because the leader is here. That definitely makes a lot of, like, massive difference, but. And it also suppressed the 50mm. It's also possible that the 50mm has shot at some point. Yeah, I think it has. And that's why, you know, he bombed there. Speaking of 50mm, this one's going after the Arkazok. Oh, Jaapaasa going after the Nimrod. It's an odd choice. I mean, it makes sense considering his Air Force and the fact that he probably will need the IL-2 to actually deal with some of these tanks. But the Nimrod is mobile, it's armored, it's open top, so, you know, it's definitely more prone to... Yeah, speaking of which, down it goes. I guess Jeff Jefferson making a massive mistake there with not moving it. I know, maybe, no, probably hasn't spotted it, because otherwise he, like, the actual unit, I'm not talking about the gunfire, because otherwise he would have tried to go after it before, I feel like. P3 went for bombing round, don't know on what. I mean, this one is very suppressed. I guess that was it, but it looks like Jaapaasa is going to be forced out of this forest part here. Arkazoks are pushing in. 50mm is still here, but it's not going to be able to do anything right in this spot. Leader coming in, but I think it's a little bit too late there. Nimrod now coming in up north. There's a very nice little position here. The problem is, since the first thing that he's going to run into is the Nimrod, so unfortunately he's not going to be able to do all that much. We do see a push now down south by Jaapaasa as he tries or attempts to grab this flag. MG34 spotted something for a brief moment. Oh, okay. It's like the very edge of these units here. After pushing forwards, getting very suppressed already, although it looks like this Gavadia Superior blob here is winning out against the motorized Lovash 44M. These do not have the MG42, so I don't actually know. Let me check. Yeah, but they're still decent. it's not bad. Like, one of them is still very, very strong, especially compared to the DP, which, I mean, yeah, look at that. Before 210 coming, the problem is everything here is bunched up for Jaapaasa, so everything is going to get suppressed or killed. The P3 going after the MG34 definitely a smart thing. After pushing forward, these are falling back, but yeah, here one of the Gavadia dies and the other units are falling back as well. P2, oh no, there's no Nimrod left, so it's probably actually going to get out. The fighter's going to get on the back and gets the kill. It's not turning into the 37, so that's an issue there that you cannot take this with him. The armor so far still alive. Some infantry going down, but nothing major. After actually grabbing this flag, although if these move forward just a little bit, that will be changed, and Turans of course can easily force this back into cover. Oh, I've kind of missed this, but yeah, there is early 149 in, going after the Su-76s currently, or it did, but Jaapaasa has been moving them, it looks like. Although maybe he didn't this time, because these are relatively close, or he just, moved them really close to where they used to be, because like the first time he queued up and moved forward, it was not actually that far away, so eh. Ruby 25 finding it to run 1. The problem is this thing doesn't have very good accuracy. It has heat shells though. With decent, oh, the Panzerschreck is found. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Jaapaasa definitely forced out of this forest part now. We do see more infantry coming in, so Jeff Jefferson just reinforcing this. Interesting choice. I mean, it makes absolutely sense if he actually wants to push, but it doesn't look like that's what he's trying to do at the moment. 81 mortar going after the machine gun. I mean, if he... Yeah, okay, so probably that's the plan as well. We do see off-map coming in. Oh, and down it goes already as well. Down south, Saperi rocks it, pushing forward. I mean, I kind of forgot to mention, but we are almost 4 minutes into B phase, so both players have unlocked their true income potential. Another P3 coming in down south, hopefully this time it's not gonna die. There's another Nimrod in the town, so Jaapaasa now needs to turn this way, down south, or otherwise he might use this B3 once again. That would be absolutely devastating. Like if you lose 2 of those, that's about as bad as you can get. The cool thing about the Saperi rocks here, if you look at it, it's a flamer. It doesn't have the best CQC loadout, but it has 2 machine guns as well. It's one of these hybrid units, and considering its price, it also doesn't like live up to the expectation and at any of the 2 ranges that you might want to be fighting with it. But it is decent enough at both ranges they can actually work as a hybrid unit, which is not true for a lot of other hybrid units. First off map, they go down. Jaapaasa not really following it up. Second off map, strike going down. That's gonna hit a lot of things here. Is it a big one? It's a 203, so it has the potential to kill things that are in here. Unfortunately for Jaapaasa, Jeff Jefferson is moving out of the area though. We might still be able to kill the mortar off, or the Nimrod, maybe even the ammo. Yeah, the problem is that Perirox doesn't have AT, so it can't really do. Although it has the Flamer, and as we all know, Flamers can 100% kill tanks, so maybe this is his plan now. Not really sure. He's not within flamer range though. No, he's not. So it's just going to absolutely shred it here. And the recon units can now just push in and finish that off. Off map goes down. Looks like the Panzer III died. Nimrod is going to survive. The 81mm mortar is pinned but not dead. Oh, that was close. MO is, yeah, same thing. Oh, down the mortar goes. Yeah, it didn't do much. I mean, as always, you don't really, like, unless you have very, very good vision on everything that is there, you never really know if you're gonna get the value out of that you really want, but generally can expect. Ooh. Yeah, but Saperi out in the open will lose against the Arcus. Like, these do have an MG42 actually. Oh wow. Didn't know that. Strafniki now coming in though. SD76 pushing forward. Yeah, these are great for training with the Panzer Force, because they will, at this range, you will 100% kill the Panzer IV, and they're just cheaper. Because the Panzer IV at this range will also 100% kill them, pen them. 149 going after the SU-76s once again. Jaapaasa needs to move them, which is happening right now. Sorry, I had to yawn. I'm a little bit tired today. I don't know why. As the push there, looks like the Panzer IV died. More Strafnike in there, engaging the infantry from Jeff Jefferson that is already falling back down south. Jaapaasa's push has failed and been completely pushed back by Jeff Jefferson. Jeff Jefferson had to invest a lot here though, and I'm not. I feel like he's invested more here than Japaasa. And my 45 million is in a really weird spot. It's not actually covering off anything, right? You can't cover off anything coming from here. Like, you know, you could try to just cover this off, or you could try to actually cover this off. But right now, it's not doing either of those things. A row of tanks now coming in on Jeff Jefferson's side. We do see some Turans and some Panzer IVs. SU-152 coming in for the open here. Oh, look at that. The MT-34 here is suppressed by the OP-25, maybe? So that might open up a push through the open here by Japaasa, which I think is very ballsy, but it could definitely be done. We only have 2 minutes left, so I guess we're not going to see an IS-2 then, unless we see it relatively soon. Oh, now we do see two Me-210s coming in. There's two 37 mils, but yeah, these are unfortunately just not good enough to stop both of them. One gets its bombs off, everything here suppressed, being pushed back. Now the SU-76 coming in, going for counter battery, odd choice. But yes, these are mobile, so it's not that big of a deal, but they're just not really that good. Like, they don't do enough damage. They are not really all that accurate either. Rate of fire is good, but that's about all there is. And don't get me wrong, SU-76s, if you have radar, are great. Like, they're fantastic tools, but like, because of the mobility and, you know, I mean, 80 points not that cheap anymore, but still relatively affordable. But the problem is, for counter battery at these ranges, they're just not that good. No, they are. No, they're still in radio range for the Nimrod. Let's see if they can get another kill. What's this going after at the moment? It's going after something that used to be there, and now there's Gavadi here. Just looks like Jeff Jefferson's trying to loosen up the defense around this flag to get back in there. No, now we do see two Panthers coming in. A massive blob here of armor and infantry. Well, Panzer IV goes down. If if only there was off map left to to put it like down right here now. Ooh, that would hurt. Or like even just, I don't know, I would target it with planes or with the, I mean, maybe not because of Nimrod, but yeah. Yeah, with the SU-76, Japan has noticed as well that this is such a target-rich environment. The thing is, like, if you shoot right here, you're guaranteed to hit something. You're getting guaranteed value out of your artillery, and that's just fantastic. 149, yeah, look at that. The one SU-76 basically doing nothing. The 149 is running out of ammo though. But there are supplies in Jeff Jefferson's deck. He has two more 149 here. He has not unloaded them. That's a bad play. It's a very, very bad play. I mean, if you invest that into that much artillery, you need to use it. Not buying artillery and then not using it is one of the worst things you can do. Here comes the 122. Yeah, the 122 is a good artillery piece for counter battery. It's from, as far as I know, quite accurate, and the rate of fire is okay. With 4 rounds a minute, it's not fantastic, but it's okay. two of them. I mean, 2-on-1 they should win. 1-on-1 it's not so sure because the 149 has a very high rate of fire for his caliber, and the accuracy is okay enough, but the caliber is big, so it's going to do a lot of damage if it hits. I mean, look at that, 6 rounds a minute, or basically 150. Like that's fantastic. Oh, look at that! Jaapaasa's also bought another off map. I'm not sure if this is the last one. I just put it back down there. I don't know why he would do that, or if this is still the one. But it looks like it's not a call-in at least. That one. Or that is a new one, I'm not sure. Oh, the 85 mil is going after the Panther. No, it's going after this. Don't know what the Panther's going. The Panther's going after the SIS-2. Yeah, the problem is it's out of range for the SIS-2. Not a SIS-2 coming in. IC-76 is moving. That's fantastic. 149 is pinned but not damaged. That's a problem if you don't do enough damage and have good precision though with counter battery. Then this is what ends up happening, right? You continue, although the accuracy is not that great. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe their accuracy is not as good as I thought it was. Yeah, I guess that is it, because the SU-76 is not actually going after it anymore. TU-2F is just flying around here unbothered. Still 13-11 for Japan as he's now grabbed this flag right here. Just push Jeff Jefferson back a little bit, but not too much, honestly. Now the two 149s have opened up. Unfortunately for Jeff Jefferson, they are going after... Did you target it manually? Or, oh no, it's on a move, that's why. But yeah, unfortunately for Jeff Jefferson, they're targeting the SU-76, which is mobile, of course, as we all know. The two 122s have split their fire on two targets. That's a little bit problematic, because both on the same target are, of course, much more effective. Boomerang did get in, don't know on what. There's another 149 coming in, this time with ammo, so that's a lot of points in the backline. That's like 130 points times 4, so that's 520 points plus 40 for the ammo. That's 560 points just for artillery. That's quite expensive. That's very expensive, actually. When you pass the site, though, it's not that much better, although these are not that expensive. So let's just round these up for 100, 200. That's a little bit easier. So it's 200, and then we get what? It's not 240, right? So you got 440. So it's not actually that much cheaper. And then there's the ammo as well. So okay, it's roughly the same. In a town, both players just building up forces. Nothing really happening. OB-25's under fire by the Panther. Oh, we do see an IS-2. I'm surprised that we see it now. I mean, we're 4 minutes into C phase, but I guess Jaapasa had the points ready. He didn't feel like he needed them. And the IS-2, of course, can easily kill that Panther. The Panther will not be able to do much against the IS-2. I mean, the Pen, if you look at it, is technically it is possible, but at max range, it's probably not going to happen. So the problem with this 149, and this one too, by the way, is that both of them are next to a reinforcement road, so that's a horrible idea, because what the counter battery can do then is accidentally hit that road. Or the ME2 tank goes down to the 37mm or the 85mm. But yeah, what then can happen is that some of these shells might accidentally hit the road while some reinforcements are driving through there. That might unload them. That's quite bad. So far, none of these have taken damage though. Jeff Jefferson also has a massive force up north, but he has not actually used it. He could have pushed a long time ago, but he has not attempted it so far, which means that Jaapasa can actually start reinforcing this, and he gets by with just, you know, this. This is a massive issue. If you have massive amount of forces somewhere, you might want to try to push with them, because otherwise they're just sitting there. Of course, you can also redirect them if that's possible. However, in this case, I mean, you have to walk them all the way down here, which is probably not a good idea. But, you know, since they're already here, you might as well just try to push for this flag. And even if, you know, you fight hard over it, as long as you don't trade poorly, even if you end up not getting it in the end, it at least means that you might actually take the wind out of your opponent's push, and that can already be helping tremendously. 12-12 now, as this flag, oh no, we're back to 13-11 as Jaapaasa regrabs this flag. That was previously regrabbed by Jeff Jefferson. But they're DP trying to hold on here, Strafniki trying to do the same. It's rough. The 50mm mortars, oh no, this one is still firing. This one is low on ammo, but can still be used. But of course, if you have this many units on the ground, it's relatively difficult to use them efficiently anymore. So this is at least my personal experience. I mean, 210 coming in, I think it might get down as well. On the other side, we see an IL-2 going after the Panzer IV. It's not going to get the kill before the Nimrod can suppress it. That's unfortunate there for Jaapaasa. BF-109 coming to chase it. I don't think it's going to get even close to it. Yeah, Jeff Jefferson realizes and calls it off. But Nimrod is definitely a massive problem. Jaapaasa needs to deal with it because, I mean, it's hard, yeah, because Jeff Jefferson has learned his lesson. It's moving. Jaapaasa, I think, is going after it. Yeah, he's going after it, but it's too late. But yeah, this is a massive problem for Jaapaasa because he kind of, like, yeah, he kind of needs it against the Panzer IV. Although, truthfully, in this range here, the T-34 should do better, I feel like. Not necessarily better, but it's definitely, considering the price and all, it's definitely the better fight here for Jaapaasa than for Jeff Jefferson. Yeah, look at that. The 149 have absolutely slaughtered the 120s. 122s are not bad, but the 149s from Hungary are just so fantastic. Oh, look at that. The Nimrod was spotted, and it has been shot at by the SU-76s. SU-76s are continuing to get a lot of value for Jaapaasa. These things are great if you can get a radio. And Jaapaasa continues to move them, which is definitely what he needs to do, because the 149s are already going after them again. Oh, there was another call-in of an off-map. Should be going down at any minute. There we go. Some unit died here. Let's look at that. See if something more happens. Not much. Not much. Oh, Panther here engaged the IS-2. Yeah, the IS-2 bounced as we expected. I think it died other than the one unit at the start. Panther now on the run. IS-2, because it has such a long aiming time, does not get to fire. Oh, but it looks like we get the reload glitch where it can very quickly shoot after it switches the type of shell it is firing, as it went from AP to AG. Very annoying if this happens. 50mm is used once again, but now it is out of ammo. Still 12-12. Wow, 30 minutes into the game. So far, still nothing happening up north. That's such a massive missed opportunity for Jeff Jefferson there. He could 100% pressure Jaapaasa there, and could in turn relieve some pressure from the town. But he's not doing it. Ammo coming in for the 149s. There's 5 149s out now. I mean, the last one, in my opinion, is very excessive. Towards the end of B phase, and especially if you're still a little bit pressured, I would not necessarily buy this right now. What are these going after? The problem is he continues to go after the SU-76s, and at least if Jaapaasa moves them right afterwards, which apparently he's not doing right now, and this should not really do much. Yeah, look at this. Oh, it actually landed a hit, but look at how far away some of these shells are landing. It's absolutely horrible. Yeah, this is why I don't like these for counter battery. I think they're just not good enough at it. They're gonna burn through so much ammo until they actually achieve something in terms of counter battery. Problem is the 149s might actually land some good hits now. No, your Panzer's moving. Is it gonna get? No. Jeff Jefferson's not gonna get lucky. So it looks like both off-maps have been fully used up. So no more off-map. Which I'm sure Jeff Jefferson is grateful for, because off-map is so annoying. L2 is giving it another go, and there's no Nimrod in. One is already called in now, but it is not there at the moment. It might be a bit of a problem. So yeah, you have to turn the bombs off, and then you can start shooting with the AT gun. Otherwise, it's going to drop the bombs, which you do not want. You just need to remember to turn it back on if you actually want to use the bombs. Now, the bombs are, I think they're not great. Yeah, they're not great. Um, but, you know, might as well use them sometimes. Although I basically only see this being done when you have air superiority as well, and there's no EA and all these kind of things. Because otherwise, you just risk you're otherwise just risking this unnecessarily. It has to turn around quite wide. Oh, look at that! The IS-2 gets a kill on the Panther. Great kill there. Is he gonna get another one? It aimed at something. Turan gets a pen from the SU-76, gonna return the favor and gets the kill. T-34, oh no, he's not looking at the Turan, it's looking at the motorized, or model of it. I don't know, I want to say motorized, but that's the English word. I don't know what actually stands for in Hungarian. I know, it would be pretty cool to really know how to pronounce all these names, but yeah, I feel like it's a little bit too difficult for me. SC76 is going after, so one of them is going after this 149, one of them is going after that 149. I mean, if you at least focus your fire on one of them, you might get a kill. I think you kind of need to do that, unfortunately. So still 13-11, Jaapaasa just doing a good job at continuing to pressure Jeff Jefferson here. It is a grind, though. It is a grind. Now the 149s are just sitting there idle once again, and this is a massive issue. Like if you invest that heavily into your backlines, you better put them to good use, because otherwise, you've basically just made sure that you have less points now than your opponent, because you spend a lot of points on something that is not actually doing anything, and that's never a good thing. And I mean, Jaapaasa is punishing this hard. He is pushing in the town, and I mean, if you just look at the number of units. Neither of these sides have very expensive units in the town. Look at how much red there is and how little blue there is. Like, this is not good. And there could be less red by now if Jeff Jefferson had actually used his artillery to grind this down, which he's not. Nimrod here is doing some anti-infantry duty. He's going to kill that Strafniki easily. It has to be careful. While it can do well against tanks, it has only 8 health now, so it will go down to the T-34 in one shot. So it's not a good AT tool anymore. And of course, you know, while it might still be able to actually suppress one tank if that tank misses, it's not going to be able to do this against multiple tanks. These are just 2 regular lovers, which is a problem because they cannot kill T-34E now. The mod lovers would have been able to do. Oh no, sorry, the mod lovers 44M would have been able to do. Something just died here. Some tank, Panzer 4, I think it was also Panzer 4, is redirected. I have to imagine that the IS-2 got the kill there. Yeah, looks like it. Down south, still nothing happening. Up north, still nothing happening. One of the 149s is now shooting at these tanks, so that's at least a good use of the 149. But look at that. That one, this one, that one, they're all idle. This one, okay, this one is just being turned on as well. Jaapaasa is moving though. They're not going to be able to do much. Oh, look at this. So the problem is this flag might actually fall very, very soon because Jaapaasa is pushing forward and Jeff Jefferson is very weak here. And yes, 76 Blob is once again going after one of these 149. But look at how far these are landing. Look at the spread. It's like, I don't know, 200 meters probably away from the center. It's not even pinned yet. There we go. Jaapaasa grabbed the flag. I mean, once again, Jeff Jefferson is so strong up north here. It's so frustrating to see that he doesn't actually attempt to push. Like, he could easily overwhelm Jaapaasa here, grab this flag, open up a new front, make sure that Jaapaasa can just keep doing what he's doing. Because so this is the problem when you become passive and not aggressive, right? Whenever you start being passive, your opponent basically gets to dictate the game, and Your opponent, of course, will try to fight where it is going well for him and where he has the advantage. So, as long as you don't actually build up some pressure to force your opponent to fight where he's currently weak, um, he can just doing what continue to do what's good for him, and you want to force your opponents to do like fight over something that is not good for him, because either it's just not where his division is strong, or because he's not set up for it, something like that. I mean, especially in a case like this when you have massive forces somewhere, this is really where you have to make use of this and be like, okay, I don't think my opponent will be able to match this, and you can tell this by how strong your passer is right here in the center. You can kind of guess that he's not super strong here. You also know that he's invested in his air force, you know that has invested in his artillery, so you cannot be very strong up north. So it's just yeah, it's something that you could realize potentially and push back. But yeah, there we go. Jeff Jefferson surrenders after just 37 minutes and 7 seconds. Looking at the trades, we can definitely see why, and we definitely felt like that. Jeff Jefferson was definitely outtraded by Jaapaasa, and of course he also had a lot in his backline. Although Chapasa had a lot as well, but with another 149 towards the end, there was just so much in the back line, just not enough on the front line, especially when you get out traded. You need to be very, very careful with actually investing into your artillery. Chronology, let's look at the chronology really quick. I'd like to do that at the time. So, I mean, yeah, at the start, it actually didn't go very bad for Jeff Jefferson, and he got a lot of kills, but then, yeah, things turned around heavily. And then he can, yeah, and then, okay. So, yeah, it's definitely how it looked like for the first like 20-ish minutes, Jeff Jefferson did actually, in terms of trades, didn't too poorly. I can't say if it did go better for him or worse, but it was definitely decent. And then things kind of started turning around. So much red in the end. On your Panzer side, I mean, the 15 mortars are great. The P did they did actually not do that much damage. Yeah, look at this, the SC-76 go. This thing is so fantastic. The off map actually got some kills, so it's not that bad of an off map. I mean, truthfully, your has actually invested quite. I kind of ignored that, but your actually invested a lot into non-combat, like direct combat units as well. Considering that he bought 2 off maps, so like that's a lot. The IS-2, yeah, I think it's actually paid off. And then on the other side, some AT guns, tanks did well, yeah, but nothing super spectacular. But yeah, interesting game. I hope you enjoyed it too. Have a great day and see you next time.